Okay, hello, greetings and welcome. All right, so let's have a look at what is the highest spiritual system available to mankind. What would you have to do to develop yourself at a peak speed? Now, in India, there's what they call holy men. These are people who enter into prayer and they never leave. So entering into prayer means that you're in this state of communing with what your belief of God is. And that union with God doesn't allow any defilements to happen within your mind, within your feeling, and within your body. So you don't feel hunger, you only eat out of necessity. You don't feel desire or craving because you're in a state of prayer. Your mind is focused on your deity and communing with deity. So there's a very deep, profound stillness which arises. And this deep, profound stillness creates a very strong vacuum within the spirit, which dissolves all your impurities and raises the frequency of the mind up to its highest. So how do you pray? Well, if you look at a vibrational scale of prayer, and if we use the elements and the chakras as a model for that, your base chakra, it represents earth element. Earth element has the frequency of consistency and following a particular pattern, and humility. You humble yourself in prayer to the deity that you're working with. So you establish this deep sense of humility and consistency within your practice. Then we work up to the water element, and the water element, it represents attachment, cohesion, flow. And it regulates your devotion inside of that pattern, inside of your practice. So your devotion to your method, to your deity, to your perception of what God is, this devotion will express itself through prayer and build on the humility. You humble yourself and you devote yourself to your method to connect to divinity. Then from there, in the fire center, in the solar plexus, we have reverence. You revere the deity and you recognize that you are the deity, that there is a vibrational match of God within you. So your prayer isn't actually leaving you, it's accumulating inside you and awakening the God incarnate within. So you're awakening a vibrational match to God. So this reverence allows the higher part of you to awaken when you're still in a lower state of vibration. Then we go to the air element. There's a certain sacredness which arises in the air principle. And sacredness is your relationship within your thinking processes, that everything in nature is sacred, that the people around you are sacred, that your spiritual practices are sacred, and that you view everything through this viewing lens of sacredness. And this gives you a quality of omnipresence. It connects you to everything. It gives you compassion and universal love. It awakens those qualities within you. It gives you insight, understanding. All these high frequency qualities of the universal mind start waking up due to the sacredness. So this quality inside the prayer needs to be maintained as a continuity of consciousness, and it is who you are. You have to take it on as your identity. From there, for people who pray often will notice that when they enter into prayer, the first thing that happens is everything goes quiet. There's a deep quietude. And this quietude, it's almost as if all the bacteria in your body all of a sudden stand still and stop talking. It's as if everything in your body starts to humble itself towards the object of your prayer instantly. And this quietude generates a very, very profound sense of stillness that connects you to the space underneath form. It takes you into a formless state. And this formless state gives you an appreciation for all the universal connections that are happening within this cup on the table, within the table itself, within your body. It gives you a universal mind experience, and you can only access that through formlessness. Now, there's form, there's empty space, and there's formlessness. The empty space underneath the form allows the form to exist. Now, the Buddhist model, you go through these jhanic stages up to equanimity, and then through these formless jhana stages. And then they slot nibbana above that, the highest level. In actuality, the hardest one to achieve is equanimity, the flux point between the form and the emptiness. So equanimity and emptiness are two different qualities. Cultivating emptiness allows you to enter into equanimity. And equanimity is the king. As an example, the Buddha said that a person who's mastered equanimity completely and releases of the body and puts their mind in equanimity, they can experience 500 expansions and contractions of the universe. That means the universe, Big Bang, expands, eventually contracts, collapses in on itself, Big Bang happens again 500 times. That's maybe a metaphor, but it's a description of equanimity and the power of equanimity to fully transcend emptiness and transcend form, and it is the door to nibbana. So this prayer vibrational scale, working up to the stillness, and work within the akasha or the emptiness to dissolve your attachment to form, to generate equanimity, and equanimity being the door to nibbana, takes you to that highest place. Okay, so I hope this helps with getting a picture on the nature of prayer, on the nature of the spiritual path, and some of the implications that come with prayer and how valuable it is. Okay, thank you for your time, and see you in the next video.